of a blame game while we're trying to solve the problems ahead. And there is a danger of also people reacting in a very protectionist manner. I understand that because people feel insecure, and you see in America and elsewhere people holding on to their jobs and saying we cannot allow imports into our country, but that would destroy trade. In fact, I was at the International Monetary Fund a few months ago, and there was a demonstration outside it, and you could see the worries of people. But one banner actually said, "Worldwide Campaign Against Globalization." And you could see what they meant. They felt insecure about the future and wanted us to take action. I think the question for us, Kevin has spoken so eloquently. You know, I first read Kevin's work, not on politics, but a brilliant article he wrote on Dietrich Bonhoeffer. And Kevin is a man of great vision and courage. And I think you can see why he is a very successful Prime Minister of Australia. So thank you very much for coming to speak today, Kevin. We're very grateful. Some people would say it is impossible even to deal with this huge global financial crisis. I think out of it, what we are building in recognition of our global interdependence is a truly global society where we have global rules founded on global values. Now that may today seem impossible. And when people look at a communiqué on Thursday, a communiqué which I believe, like every document, is a moral document, but people say we haven't done enough. But I believe that is what we're doing. We're building a global society where people can communicate with each other across the world, and because we have to work together, we have to find a way, just as when local communities became part of national societies, to create the global basis on which we can work together. Now, is it impossible? I think not. In the last 50 years, we have seen so many things that people said were impossible happen. We've seen the end of the Cold War and the falling of the Berlin Wall. We've seen the release of Nelson Mandela and the end of apartheid, all things that people have said impossible. We've seen the virtual eradication of polio, and we've seen debt relief for the poorest countries. What people thought impossible decades ago and even a few years ago, by the acts of people like you represented here today, have been made to happen. Not governments, but peoples working together. And I think our ambition is probably the biggest of all for our generation. Out of the difficulties we now face, and out of the possibilities of working together, we actually do create a truly global society where people respect each other's values, but at the same time find the basis in shared values to build a stronger society and community for the future. That, I think, is what we are setting out to